Hey ladies, this video we're going to be discussing our training certificates that you guys send in and we send back to you. So with me I have Adair.
Hi guys.
If you've not met her yet, the next event, come find her. She's a sweetheart. She really helps us out in Girls Ministries and she assists us in the training certificates. So I just wanted to ask you, Adair, on some feedback, take us through the process of the test and what you do.
Well, hello ladies, it's nice to meet you. My first step in processing all of the leadership tests would be first collecting them from the mailroom. I look at all the mail, I see which ones come as a group, which ones need to be processed as individuals. I then take them back to my desk and I sort them in what type of test it is. Is it a leadership test? Is it education, community, personal growth? And then I run it through our Scantron machine and I bring it back and I just make sure that all of the questions were answered correctly and if the machine graded them all right. And then after that, I look through every test and I enter all of the information about the ladies, so name, address, district, grade. And then after that is the fun part. I get to print out your certificate and mail it to you. And it's really awesome being a part of this process of helping build your leadership skills.
Adair does a great job at processing these. Just some wins though for both you guys as district directors and your leaders and us here at the office. If you have a big training and you send in a bunch of tests at one time and you want them sent back specifically to you, write up on a Post-it note or a letter to us stating that you want all of these tests sent directly back to you, because if not, then Adair is going to send them back individually. When you ladies are doing district trainings, we really encourage you to utilize someone on your team because I know it can be a lot if you're doing them all the time. So if you start training someone up now, that you can breathe life into these trainings. That way when a other district or church reaches out to you, wants you to do a training, you can rely on somebody else so you don't always have to be doing it. It would also be appropriate that if someone comes in to do a training for you, touch base and remind the local church and ask them to cover their gas, their meals, and a nominal honorarium for their time. Because sometimes the churches don't realize that. They think maybe they're getting paid when really they're not. So that would be a huge blessing to them as well. I really stress to you that when you're just filling out, that when the ladies are filling out these certificates, and if you're looking over them, stress to them that they really need to write legibly when it comes to their name and their address. That way we can get those to you in a timely manner, because sometimes when we can't read them very well, it does take longer in the process. I also stress to you that just for a frame of reference, Adair gets a lot of these tests. How many would you say you get in a month?
About 100, I would say, and it depends on the month. Sometimes it's 300 if it's been a district event.
Right. So just a couple things that, just be aware that we take 6 to 8 weeks to process these certificates and these trainings to get back to you. And also, like I said, she gets a lot. So if you have an award ceremony coming up, try to get those into us as quickly as possible so we can get those back to you in a timely manner. And lastly, if you have a lady in your district or in your local church that's willing to help you with these certificates, it would also be a huge win for the both of us if she can help you sit down and write out everyone's name. If you're sending it specifically to us and we want them to go back to you, if there's a lot and you don't think that we can read them legibly, it would help us out. And like I said, it would help you out. And I'm sure there is a lady in your district or in your local church that'd be willing to help you out, and that would be a great resource.